Alright, on the theme of tools, here's tool organization on a budget. I'm probably going to mutilate this name, but I'll give it a shot. Mayouko store on Amazon. These are ABS socket organizers. You get quarter, 3/8, and half drive, so you get 6 of these. I know there's only 4 in front of you. I'll show you the other 2 in a minute. But it's nice because they're budget friendly. They're $13 for all 6. They're made out of ABS plastic, and they are a little bit different style than the normal ones that you see. These are almost like an I-beam construction. You can see how they're the beam on both ends, and then it's recessed in the center here. And they do have ball bearing detents and a little spring on them. They are budget, so they aren't, as nice and smooth operating as some higher end stuff. But there are some things that you can purchase for your sets on a budget, and they'll work just fine. And this is one of them. The cool thing about this is the number of clips you get on them, because I noticed too with a lot of sets sometimes you get very few clips on them, and then you got to go out and buy the clips to expand them or whatever. So with this set, the 1/4 inch, you get 16 clips, and that's on each rail. On the 3/8, you get 15 clips on each rail, and on the 1/2 inch, you get 12 clips on each rail. So that's pretty nice. I mean, on 3/8, you get 15 sockets on each rail, and on a 1/4, you get 16. So that's pretty good. They are 13.8 inches long, in case you need to know the measurements there. And I was actually surprised. I wanted to try these because I did a video on the toolbox widgets, which I love for my wrenches. I haven't tried any of their socket stuff, but I also purchased 2 versions of socket holders, which are magnetic, and I really like them. They're on a bit of an expensive side though. There's a set by Queso Man, which is the set that cost me like $80, and you can see there they show. Let me get my camera going here. And they show you, they're marked really well. You can see right away when something's missing, and I liked them with the magnetic through the drawer. They stay in place and everything. You can take them out, flip them upside down, and you're good. But they're expensive, and if you have a lot of tools, this can get real expensive real quick. So I wanted to try some budget stuff, and I had looked at like the normal type of rails that I usually buy, because I hate the aluminum ones. I don't ever get those anymore. They rust, and they're just hard to get on and off. I had used the Craftsman, almost like half barrel shaped ones, and those worked really well, but you barely got any holders. So this budget set, I can totally recommend this budget set, even though it's not as smooth or the best operating, but it does function. And I think you can get replacement pieces for these. I'm not sure, yeah, and the little rubber caps slide off. These are not magnetic, but it would be real simple to put magnets underneath this thing that you can buy really cheap on Amazon if you want them magnetic. But now, this is my 1/4 inch set. These are some extra sockets I have. So I put them on these rails so I could store them in another drawer. I put them in the drawer just like this, and then I slammed the door shut a few times, and they did not fall over. The little rubber grips held them pretty well. I didn't slam them full force, but just like normal operation, and they did not tip over. So I was pretty impressed with that. And man, you put magnets on the bottom of these, and they're going to work great. But for a budget option for $13, you can't beat them. But this one came off nice and easy. Some of them are really hard, like this one, to get off and to push on. So some are very easy. So not a lot of consistency. Some are easy, some are real hard. But they do have, I just like the fact that they had the ball bearing and the spring detents to hold your sockets on there. They're not a push and turn. I don't like the push and twist ones. I want to just be able to grab it, go, and put it back on. Now, of course, none of these are marked, so you'd have to obviously put them in order. I'm sure there's probably some aftermarket companies out there that make little stickers with numbers and stuff on them to where you could do that if you wanted to, or you could even do it yourself with a paint pen or something. But for $13, this many pieces, and they're not bad quality though. They're pretty decent for plastic. I was actually impressed. And I do try to, vary some stuff because not everybody can afford high-end stuff. I can't afford high-end stuff. I tend to be in the middle of the road, depending on what it is. But for tool organizers, as much as I love Toolbox Widget, they're just so costly. I can't afford to do my whole toolbox in them. I wish I could. They save space. They have pros and cons as well too. Same with those magnetic ones I bought. They're great and I love them. They're my favorite ones. The only problem is they're not very space saving. They do take up quite a bit of room in your toolbox. So it's kind of nice though if you do a combination of things, and I've seen this in many professionals' toolboxes where they have some of those magnetic holders. They have the ones with the little sticks that stand up and you slide the sockets on and they're marked. I don't really care for those, but again, it's variation. They're on thin rails so you can separate stuff, move things around, change them how you want them to be. I like them. These are all uniform in size, so when you're laying out your toolbox, it's easy to lay them out the way you want to. So, for a budget item, I thought I would share that with you. They are, like I said, $13 on Amazon. And I'm going to show you the name of them again because I probably mutilated that name. And I didn't mean to, but I can totally recommend these. Let's see if I can get you in here. There you go. Mayouko? I don't know, but there you go. There's the information. Like I said, they're $13 for the set of the 3. Oh, and they also have a half-inch, a set of just half inches, 6 of them. I mean, to get 6 for $13, that's amazing. Usually it's $13 a rail. And then there's your sizes. So there you go. There's some cheap tool storage for you. Check them out. If you know of any cheap or say inexpensive tool organization that work well for you, drop it down in the comments. Help some other people out. Let's all share our information and everything. You don't have to buy everything balls to the wall expensive. I mean, you just don't, and a lot of us can't. Some things you can buy inexpensive stuff and other things you can't. It all depends on your budget and your situation and what you can and can't do if you want to make payments or stuff like that. But some of these inexpensive stuff, I like to review them because some of them are a lot better off than I thought they would be. And this was one of them. This was a surprise. I figured this was going to be so cheap, so bad, so horrible at that price that I would just immediately open them, look at them, and send them back. But not the case. So I'm happily surprised. I hope this helps you out. Like, share, subscribe, donate. Have a good day. See you at the next video.